This tale is of King Satyavrat, who had ruled the Ikshvaku dynasty. King Satyavrat lived his life with honesty and had ruled his kingdom impartially. One day, a thought crossed his mind. He wanted to attain heaven in his mortal form. He went to Brahma Rishi Vashisht and pleaded, "Hey Munivar, my mind is at unease. A thought has been troubling me and is also responsible for my sleepless nights." Brahma Rishi Vashisht was surprised at every word coming out of the king's mouth. Raja Satyavrat was a very thoughtful and intelligent man. Brahma Rishi Vashisht inquired, "O king, what is it that troubles you? Tell me and I shall look into it." In a very sincere tone, the king began to express, "O Munivar, I have been serving my kingdom rightly. I have given judgments fairly. And moreover, I have never harmed anyone armless on the battlefield. I have maintained chivalry. My code of conduct also aligns with the principles of your teaching. Rajguru, you are my guiding light no matter the circumstances. Munivar, the thought that has been eating me hollow from inside is that after so many years of being dutiful, I wish to achieve heaven." Rishi Vashisht was relieved by hearing this. He giggled and said, "Oh Satyavrat, this should not bother you, for you have been true to your duty, values and morals. No one can stop you from achieving heaven." To which the king replied, "My wish is to be in heaven in mortal form. Tell me, great sage, what must I collect to commence the rituals that will help me accomplish this desire of mine?" Listening to such a plea, Brahma Rishi Vashisht was taken aback and said, "O great one, what has entered your mind is a corrupt thought. Such a thing cannot be done as the gods themselves forbid it. Those celestial supreme beings residing in heaven are omnipresent and formless, whereas you and I are made of earth, water, and other worldly elements. We can only attain heaven after our mortal form burns, freeing our soul from it." After giving him the knowledge of why a worldly creature cannot enter heaven, Brahma Rishi asked the king to forget this thought. The king left the hermitage with a heavy heart. He tried to contain his illicit thoughts, but this desire only grew stronger with each passing day. And so the king decided to meet the 100 sons of Brahma Rishi Vashisht. By this time, the king was filled with his mad desire, and so he went on offering all the materialistic pleasures to the 100 sons of Vashisht, who were also sages. All the sons of Brahma Rishi were enraged by this misconduct, to an extent that they cursed him to become a Chandal. All the sons of Vashisht said, "O king, one immodest thought has cost you your sensibility. You stand here shamelessly trying to sell us all the worldly pleasures that is a sin to us. O king, your act was nothing less than that of a mindless person. We hereby curse you to live the life of a Chandal." The charming and good-looking king had now turned into an unattractive-looking person. His clear and illuminating skin changed into unclean skin with bumps and bruises all over. The king could no longer go back to his kingdom, so he lived near the forest. As a Chandal, he would burn the dead bodies and live from the money he would get by doing this work. Once the kingdom was struck with drought and many people started to flee from the kingdom. Satyavrat came across a Brahman's wife who was trying to sell her son to earn some money. Taking pity on them, he gave them shelter. Since it was tough to find food, Satyavrat stole the celestial cow of sage Vashisht to eat. After a few days, the Brahman returned to his kingdom after long years of penance, only to find his wife and son sheltered by Satyavrat. When the Brahman got to know about what Satyavrat had fed his family, he got distorted and told him that he had committed 3 sins. That is, he killed an animal, he fed meat to the family of a Brahman, and he himself consumed the meat. Since he committed 3 sins, Satyavrat came to be known as Trishanku. Trishanku was deeply saddened and decided to meet sage Vishwamitra, as he knew of the rivalry between him and Brahma Rishi Vashisht. Sage Vishwamitra listened to the troubles of Trishanku and agreed to help him with the rituals. Rishi Vishwamitra started to chant some powerful mantras and went on to conduct the yajna for Trishanku. To make the yajna successful, all the gods must accept the offering that is offered during the ritual. Since all the gods were against a mortal body entering heaven, none accepted the offering. Thus, the yajna could not be successful, and this made Sage Vishwamitra furious. Sage Vishwamitra ensured Trishanku that he would attain heaven if not by pleasing the gods, then by the power of penance. Sage Vishwamitra took a wooden spoon filled with water, and with the power of his penance, he made Trishanku rise up in the air and made him reach heaven. As Trishanku reached the gates of heaven, he was greeted by God Indra. God Indra said, "Heaven is not a place for mortals. You are not allowed here. I command thee to fall upon the earth." And soon after, Trishanku started to fall back on earth. Trishanku cried for help, to which Sage Vishwamitra aided. The sage, again with his power, stabilized Trishanku mid-air. Rishi Vishwamitra then created a universe entirely for Trishanku. While creating the universe, he said, "Let my universe be without Indra." This act baffled the gods, and they came to meet Sage Vishwamitra and asked him to stop this. Bhagwan Vishnu explained why a mortal can never enter heaven, and he said, "Munivar, a mortal form is not devoid of worldly needs, whereas heaven has no space for any kind of pleasure." Sage Vishwamitra realized his mistake and said, "Hey Nath, I have realized my mistake, but I have given him my words, and I cannot break my promise. Please guide me on how I can keep my words without breaking the law of the universe." The gods allowed him to create the universe on one condition. The condition was that Trishanku would be given his own universe, but he shall stay in the position he is now, that is, upside down. The sage agreed, as he realized he had used all his power of penance in fulfilling one wish, just to prove that he was better than Brahma Rishi Vashisht. Since that day, Trishanku has been hanging upside down in his own heaven, and his name has become synonymous with getting stuck.